Hey everybody, it's Kevin. It's time for your 2-minute training with PSTC. Let's start right now. Hey, this is the second video that we've done from the Disney Family Museum. We figured it's such a beautiful day, let's take advantage of it. And I think this is going to be the last video with my jacket on because it's getting nice out here. The reason that we picked the Disney Museum is that I really want to remind you of some of the sayings of Walt Disney. And Walt had ways of getting across his message. And one of his quotes that I love so much is that courage is the main quality of leadership. It's on my desk at my office. I've got a little glass block that reminds me of that on a regular basis, because what do we sometimes have to do that's courageous? Do we have to push back sometimes when maybe an officer is saying, hey, don't do that, or do that, and you have to say, hey, this is my protocol, this is my policy? So that might be courageous in some ways. Do we have to maybe, as a trainer, talk to our trainee and say, hey, no, you really need to follow this policy? And maybe the trainee's acting a little bit, butthurt, for the term, lack of a better term. And you have to be courageous and say, no, there's a reason I'm teaching you this, because through repetition, you're going to learn to be the best dispatcher out there. So first of all, we're going to say courage is indeed a portion of leadership. Another one that sticks in my head is dream it, do it. And when Walt Disney was dreaming about the parks, or coming together with the parks, he said, I'm going to dream this because that's what I want for my family. Well, what do you want for your family? When they call 911, what kind of response do you want from the call taker, from the dispatcher? When you walk in the morning, what kind of response do you want from your coworkers? And are you kind of making it a little bit of a Disney day and saying good morning and being honest and sincere and helpful with your coworkers? Or have you built some kind of a tribal wall between the older people and the newer people, or the younger people and the older people, or the day shift people versus the swing shift people? So if we're going to look at courage, and if we're going to look at dream it, do it, those are the two things for today. Just a little reminder from, again, the Disney Family Museum in San Francisco. Have yourself a great shift.